Alrighty, kids, today we are going to learn about our five senses. Go ahead and gather around, and we're going to start learning about our five senses today. Once everyone is sitting quietly, we will begin. Alright. So first, who can tell me what part of our body do we use when we smell things? When you can smell something, what are we using? Our nose. Yes, very good. And when I'm tasting something, when I'm eating something, what part of my body am I using? My mouth, tasting with my tongue. Yes, very good. And when I'm hearing something, when I'm listening to the teacher and I'm hearing what she has to say, what part of my body am I using then? My ears, very good. And when I go out and I give my friend a high five and I'm touching them, what what part of my body am I using then? When I'm petting a cat, what part of my body am I using? Hands or fingers, very good. And when I'm looking out a window, when I'm looking out my window, what part of my eyes? Excuse me, I kind of gave it away, didn't I? I'm using my eyes to look out the window. Very good. So today we're going to start by reading My Five Senses by Aliki. I can see with my eyes. I can hear with my ears. See his ears there? I can smell with my nose. Smelling flowers just like we did. We will. I can taste. I taste with my tongue. He's eating ice cream. I can touch. I touch with my fingers. Petting a bunny. I do all this with my senses. I have five senses. When I see the sun or a frog or my baby sister, I use my sense of sight. I am seeing. See the baby there and the frog? Yep, yep. When I hear a drum or a fire engine or a bird, I use my sense of hearing. I am hearing. When I smell soap or a pine tree or cookies just out of the oven, I use my sense of smell. I am smelling. Ooh, see the bird? Don't the cookies look good? I could go for some cookies right now. Does everyone see? When I drink my milk and eat my food, I use my sense of taste. I am tasting. When I touch a kitten or a balloon or water, I am using my sense of touch. I am touching. See the cat there? Playing in water. A red balloon, yep. Sometimes I use all my senses at once. Sometimes I use only one. I often play a game with myself. I guess how many senses I am using at a time. When I look at the moon and the stars, I use one sense. I am seeing. When I laugh and play with my puppy, I use four senses. I see, hear, smell, and touch. When I bounce a ball, I use three senses. I see, hear, touch. Sometimes I use more of one sense and less of another, but each sense is very important to me because it makes me aware. To be aware is to see all there is to see. Hear all there is to hear. Smell all there is to smell. Taste all there is to taste. And touch all there is to touch. Wherever I go, whatever I do, every minute of the day my senses are working. They make me aware. All right, wasn't that a fun book? We listed off all of our senses, we learned a little bit about what they can do, and we talked about hearing, tasting, seeing, smelling, and touching. Now, can anyone think of something that I can hear, that you can hear, that is loud? What can we hear that's loud? If you raise your hand, if you think of something, raise your hand. I'll call on you if you're being nice and quiet. What can we hear that's loud? Yes, Jessica. A train! A train is very loud, yes. Very good. Now, can we think of something that we can taste that is sweet? What is something that's sweet that we can taste? Using our sense of taste, when you know, raise your hand. Yes, John. Candy, yes, candy is very sweet and yummy. Now, what is something that you can see, use your sense of sight, you can see that is very big? What is something we can see that is big? Yes, Alicia? An elephant, yes, an elephant is very big. You can see those at the zoo. What is something, kids, what is something that we can smell that is stinky? P.U. What is something that we can use our sense of smell for that is stinky? If you're raising your hand quietly, I'll call on you. Alex, yes? The garbage. Yes, the garbage is stinky. All right, what is something that I can touch, that we use our sense of touch for, that is sticky? What is something that's sticky? If you know, raise your hand. If you think of something, raise your hand. Yes, April? Glue. Yes, glue can be very sticky, and we'll get to use our glue later. All right, let's go ahead and let's go quietly to our tables where we will start our cup activity. All right, I can see everyone is sitting nice and quietly at their tables. You can see you have 5 cups there. Now, how many senses do we have? We have 5 senses. Yes, we have 5 cups. So in your cups, can you tell me, can you find something that we can taste? What is something that we can taste that is in one of those cups? When you think you know, give me a thumbs up. Looks like we have a lot of thumbs. What is something we can taste? The grapes. Yes, very good. And if you want, you can go ahead and eat a grape. All right, looks like everyone's eating their grapes. Now, if we were to look in our cups, and we were to find something that we can smell, what is something in our cups that we can smell? Go ahead and take a look, and when you think you know, give me a thumbs up. See a lot of thumbs. All right, what is it, class? A flower. Yes, there's a flower in there. All right, and if we were to go into our cups, what is something in our cups that we can hear? What is something that we can hear? It makes noise. When you think you know, give me a thumbs up. See a lot of thumbs. What is something we can hear in our cups? A bell. Yes, yes. You can go ahead and ring your bell. All right, kids. So if I were to look in your cups, what is something that we could use to see with? What is something we could use to see with? One might be kind of hard. You might not have used one before. If you think you know, give me a thumbs up. Okay, I see a few thumbs. It's a magnifying glass, yeah? You go and pick it up and you look through it, you can see things that are really, really tiny. All right. So we've talked about 4 of our senses, and there's one more left. So in our cups, what is something that we can touch or feel that is soft? What is something that we can use our sense of touch with? When you think you know, give me a thumbs up. The cotton balls, very good, very good. Little puff balls, very good. All right, so we'll go ahead and clean up and move on to our cut and paste 5 senses activity. All right, now that everyone is at their cleaning tables and you have your papers and your glue and your scissors and pencils, we're going to start working on our 5 senses sorting game. Now you can see you have a sheet there with all 5 senses on it. We use our eyes to, what do we use our eyes for? To see, yes. We use our ears to hear. We use our noses to smell, our fingers to touch, and our tongues to taste. Now, you also have a bunch of pictures, and it's your job to cut these pictures out nicely on the dotted lines and then put them in the boxes with the right sense. So we'll do the first 2 together. So the first one is a magnifying glass. We used one earlier. What sense did we use with our magnifying glass? Our eyes to see. Very good. So I would take that and I would glue it right here. Try to cut it out very nicely. Let's do one more. If I were to take this picture of a pretzel, I had a pretzel. What sense would I be using with my pretzel? Taste, very good. So I would put the pretzel picture right here very nicely. Now go ahead and you can continue to cut out your pictures and put them with the senses. If you need help, raise your hand and ask a teacher. All right, kids. Once you have cut out all your pictures and glued them to all the squares, raise your hand and have a teacher check your work. If you're finished, you can go put it on the counter to dry. Now we talked about all 5 of our senses today. Our eyes, what do our eyes do? Our eyes see, yeah? What do our fingers do? Our fingers touch. What do our tongues do? Our tongues taste. What do our noses do? Our noses smell. And our ears, what do our ears do? Our ears hear. Very good. Everyone did such a great job today. We learned all about our senses. Now you can take your papers home and you can tell your parents about all the senses that you learned about today. And now we can use our senses to be aware. Good job, everybody.